Hey guys, so as I said in a previous video, I was going to take you through the process of growing my Fafa By Dela brand. Gosh, there's been so much happening. I don't even know where to start or how to even okay. Let me take this slowly. Okay, first of all, if you haven't already guessed it, I'm doing this business alongside my partner. Okay, so obviously I had started doing this myself, and over time it's like I began doing it, and then I fell off for a bit. It was, the brand was there, excuse me. I started doing this business. I fell off for a bit, and then I kind of like, at so many different points I've wanted to start up again, but I haven't had clear direction, if that makes sense. I just haven't had clear direction in what I was doing, and so it was kind of getting all confusing, and I didn't want to keep starting and stopping, starting and stopping. I was doing the gift boxes, which was great. They were doing the boxes was very it's quite difficult to put together because there were so many moving parts to it. So I felt like I needed to simplify it. Now, one of the things that I've always been doing is whip shea butter, right? I've always been making shea butter for like, since I moved to Ghana. That's just the thing that I was doing, right? And so I was just doing it for the family, and just like that. And I hadn't really thought much about it, but then when I launched Fafa By Dela, I was like, I had some butter in there. It wasn't whipped, but then later on I decided to whip it, just because I decided to whip it, right? And so I was kind of selling, but kind of quietly, like I had a few regular buyers that would be like, hey, I've run out of shea butter, can I have some more shea butter? So I was kind of doing like that, but I wasn't really focused on it. So I wasn't taking it 100% seriously. I'll just do it if and when type thing. But I kind of felt like, well, actually, the feedback that I get whenever I give someone shea butter is that they really love it. And I'm like, what is really preventing me from growing this brand, scaling it to be what it potentially could be? Because people love it. They love the packaging and all that good stuff. And I'm like, I actually have something here. Like, why? Not even why am I doubting myself? Because I do believe in my shea butter. But I'm just like, why are you not focused? Why are you focused on 100 other things and you're not focused on this? My brain works with like 100 tabs open at the same time, which is not necessarily a good thing. But anyway, just so I don't bore you all, I kind of, when I met my partner, right, it was so funny because he was actually in the same realm as me. So he was already making his own shea butter. He was doing teas. He's very much into herbs. So like, you can show him a leaf and he can pretty much tell you about exactly what it does, what it is, its name. He can basically tell you everything, right? So he was very much into that space, and a lot of the things that he was doing and a lot of things that I was doing, we aligned. So shea butter being one, the black soap. I haven't been as vocal about the black soap, but I do make a liquid black soap as well. And so we had all these things in common. I had a tea as well that I was also doing. And so it's like, it just made sense for us to continue this journey together, especially with the trajectory that we are on. I think for the two of us, we are very much in a place where I don't want to get married. He doesn't want to get married. And for us, having a business together is like a marriage. It's probably more so that a marriage of sorts, because, you put your all into it, it's a long story. You know what I mean? Anyway, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually let him speak, because I feel like if you also hear it from him, then maybe you will understand why I've taken this decision to do it together. As I said, he has his own brand. I could have joined his brand and done it that way, but we decided to keep the Fafa By Dela, and he would join in that, and we would kind of build it together. So we start with shea butter, and then we will eventually expand the line into different things. But I'll let him tell you more. He's not here at the moment, but when he comes back, I'll let him tell you more about his thoughts, just to keep you updated. And then we'll speak about a little bit more about where we are in terms of the structure of this and all that good stuff. Business owner.
That's every day.
That's right. We're going to get ready and open up these boxes, huh?
Boy.
Yes.
Somebody cannot wait.
No, I can't wait. It's like Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe all our stock is here.
It's here.
I'm amazed to see like the bags and everything.
Hey, are you ready?
I'm ready. Our hard work is paying off.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go.
Harder works ahead.
Yes, I know.
Harder work ahead.
It's okay.
You think you can knock this out in a week?
Oh boy, maybe if we don't sleep.
Who's not sleeping?
You.
Maybe I like sleep.
Hey baby.
What's up, bro?
So I was telling the people about Fafa By Dela.
Hey, more to Dela. More to love.
Yes.
What about Fafa Dela?
Why we decided to work together. So you tell the people in your own words.
You're putting a business out there every day. Everybody must know, eh?
Yes.
They said if something has to bite you from your own cloth, you tell these people everything you're doing, and then they come and sabotage. The enemy, they can't attack what they can't see.
No way.
Nah. When it comes to which of the business, Fafa By Dela.
Fafa By Dela, yeah.
Fafa By Dela specifically. Oh yeah.
The reason I said it was because people will probably be like, oh, but you have your own brands already. Why are you joining our brands together? And I made an example and I said that, neither of us want to get married, but we believe this business.
Oh yeah, it's a
is
baby.
like,
this is our baby. We say that amongst us all the time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that is definitely like one of the biggest aspects of this whole thing is the fact that so several things, but before I even get to those points, I'm gonna speak from my perspective, like the levels, right? The first reason why especially in the case of Fafa By Dela, like one of the things that connected us when we had first met, because looking at me, a lot of people would never know that, I make whipped shea butter, I made this, I made sea moss, I did this, I do all of this stuff, all this herbal stuff, right? A lot of people didn't know that. So I remember we were sitting in the car just having conversations, like getting to know each other, like even just as friends. And I was like, yeah, I was just talking like, yeah, whipped shea butter. She's like, no way, you did whipped shea butter? I was like, yeah. And she's like, how? And then it's like, we're talking about it. She's like, me too. So we had a lot of me too moments. And I remember you would be like, no way. And I was like, yes way. And I'm like, I have videos. I'm like, this is it. This is my brand. This is what I've been working on for the last how many years. And like, we talking about stories about our brands and how far, like, the highs and lows of business and like, where we are in our journey and all of that stuff, right? And even me personally, like, when it came to my brand, I had gotten to a point of business where, in all honesty, how long can this be? Because me, I'll go. Well, I had gotten to a point of my business where it was like, especially COVID was the peak, especially when it came to health and wellness, when people ordering herbal teas, people ordering, sea moss, people ordering whipped shea butter, people ordering black soap. Like, I've been going back and forth Ghana and doing this thing for a long time. And so I had gotten to a point in my business where I was like, okay, I was very comfortable with like my very secular, nuclear, whatever, like people who were constantly ordering from me. It was like, a good solid, like, 20 to 50 people who were returning customers. I was like, anything more than this, like, I would have to really pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Whether my good paying job that I have been at here for like 8 years plus, or, like this side quest that I had basically I hadn't really made up my mind what I wanted to do. When I started my brand, the whole game plan of it was like something that I'm doing and impacting wisdom and knowledge to the masses and my kids so that they can help me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They can have skills, they can have skill sets and things to make money. Yeah. So, whenever I would have custody of my kids, I'm teaching them what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And my whole intention is to be going to like vending events. So a way for them to make their own little small chop money. Yeah. So now I'm like, can I really make a business out of this? And thinking about scaling it, I was like, like it's going to require a lot of work and a lot more downtime and a lot more like grit than just going in, clocking in, and making my how many plus, my 6 digits per year. I was like, this is easy money. Like going in there and sitting there looking pretty, looking at cameras, checking people's badges, whatever. Easy money.
Yeah.
Or coming home, whipping shea butter, mixing things, all of that stuff. So it had gotten to a point where I was thinking about moving my business from being an artisan and like being my hands-on with it and just white labeling my product. And it had gotten to even a point where I had this brilliant idea. I was like, I want to build a community of like crafters who I show them, hey, how to make shea butter, how whatever the case is, that everybody's making it during their own time, bringing it together and utilizing my brand as this marketplace. Right. So all these things have always been in the back of my head, and I'm like, okay, how do I pivot? Because if like the promotion, all of this stuff, it's like, it's all fun and games when you say, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm building a business, I'm building a business. But the reality of it is like, you got to get up and go motivate yourself. You got to go ahead and do this stuff, whatever the case is. So here I am, we're comparing and contrasting our lives, and it's like, being a content creator, being in the space that you are in, it's easier for you to control your time. It's easier for you to move as you please or whatever the case is. And so it's like, the first thing I thought about was like, what? With the channels and stuff that I've built, I could just be the distribution wing for this. Or even, hey, with this whole white labeling thing that I've been trying to do, I was like, you know what? I remember the first thing was when I tried your whip shit, but I was like, ooh, I love this. I was like, damn, girl, you might give me a run for my money, because when I did my shea butters, when I did my whip butters, it was more so healing focused. It was like, okay, I'm focusing on people who were dealing with eczema, who were dealing with like psoriasis, like all these different stuff. So it's like I'm doing like turmeric infused whipped shea butter. I'm doing sea moss infused one. I'm doing things with herbs like my bases were infused with safflower and dandelion flowers and all of these things. So it's meant to be like healing for it. So it's like, even though we're doing the same thing, we had our own very niche market. Absolutely. And I was just like, damn, after like smelling, I was like, you know what? I don't mind bringing that level of intellectual property to your brand. Because really, it's like between the two of us, you had the time and the energy. It's like, you can make this a full-time job. Yeah. I could go out there, go get, go get my regular 9-to-5 job, help with promoting the business, help with distributing wing of it, because it's like, those are my strengths. You know what I'm saying? It's like we both assessed our strengths and our weaknesses in this. And I was like, considering we really thinking about doing this thing called life together, right? Then this brings into the other stuff. It's like, all right, well, we don't want to get married, but it's like, sometimes we think about it, it's like, okay, well, what can two people coming together and not, we don't want to get married, one. We don't want to have kids. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do kids. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, what can we have that would ideally like symbolize our love, or even symbolize like, it's one thing to pour into each other, but it's like we want something tangible to hold on to. Absolutely. And like, well, a business, like you're into business, I'm into business. What I know, what we can come together and really make something out of it. So hence, more to love, all of these different things that we've been working on. And again, I'm also, when it comes to businesses, I feel like, hey, you always gotta kind of like dot your I's and cross your T's in several aspects, which is services, products and services. Having products is one thing, having services is another thing. So we've been really exploring all the services that we can provide to people and all the products that we can provide to people. So now this is us crafting our products line. And when Dela started showing me all her different things, her fragrance, man, I can't wait till y'all try this. The black soap. And I do, again, mind you, with my brand, even I was doing black soap. I was trying to do, but again, everything of mine was very much, there's a problem that I want to solve. Yeah. Health and wellness. That's my lane, right? And just shea butter by itself is already healing. Yeah. But it's like it's so cloudy. Like even today, somebody sent a message saying, "Oh my God, this whipped shea butter just melts right." I said, I know, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's like I already feel like, you know, and I don't know if y'all know this, but Dela don't hype herself up enough. Like, and I'm not the type of person. I'm not the type of person to just gas anybody up just to gas them up. Like, no, you got to have something of so like. If Dela is doing something trash, I'm like, this one, no way. And if it's good and she's not giving herself enough credit, I'm like, girl, you better stop playing. So I felt like it was nothing for me to table what I was doing at Max Organics as far as the products, as far as that particular product. I'm like, I could give up doing my shea butter, and even shit, you can make a big old bulk and I will slap my labels on it as kind of like, again, going the same white label route, because why not? You know what I'm saying? You're my woman. We keep these funds in the family and so on and so forth. And it was a way to like solidify and personify our love, you know, in all honesty. So it's like, you know, we sat down, we got all the we had all the hard conversations, you know what I'm saying, our operating agreements, like, okay, you know, everything is all good and dandy now. What we gonna do tomorrow when you ain't feeling me like you feeling me now, you know? And so, and, you know, really, especially with me, that was a big push. It's like, I don't want to, you know, we hear all the stories, and me, like, bro, I've started several companies, you know, with my exes, and I saw how bad that went. And I didn't, you know, I had to learn things the hard way. So it's like, this time around, I want to make sure that we do things right. I want to make sure things were documented. I want to make sure that we were all on the same page with what we wanted, what we desired out of this. We were all pulling our weight, and you know what I'm saying, really showing up where our strengths were, and really being honest with our weaknesses, and making sure that we can fill in these gaps, because we want this to be successful. So yeah, that's where we are now, and we got the whip shea butter, and we are ready to make this thing happen. Like, we are ready to, it's like, the vim that I'm getting from this is like, you know what? I want to put so much, I don't know, like, in certain aspects, like, certain things, like the things that I know, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm, you know, herbs and my teas or whatever the case is, I'll get behind it. And it's like, but when I see, I'm the type of person, when I get in a space and somebody's doing something better than me, I don't work from that space of ego or whatever. Like, we're ready to get behind it. I'm ready to bring my intellectual knowledge, properties, whatever, into like, and I think this is what I genuinely believe, that this is how we as black folks need to operate. So many people operate in ego. Like, if more of us come together and say, you know what, hey, we're all doing the same thing, but you're doing this a little bit better than I am, or I'm doing this a little bit better than you, and whatever the case is. We can come under one umbrella, under one brand, and under one unit, and move in that accordance, right? And we'll be more of a force to reckon with than all these individual shea butter dealers and this, that, and the third, or whatever the case is. Like, we can be a force to be reckoned with. You know?
No, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah,
definitely.
So it's like, it's that approach that we have decided to take now, and looking to be that, you know, that example for our people. You know, people can really make it. We can make it. So stay tuned. We're looking to be a $1 billion brand. Fafa By Dela and Biggs at this point.
Absolutely. No, there's something you said that I absolutely really love, and you know, about us working with our strengths. So we've had those very difficult. I can't see because I'm wearing. Okay, you can put it on the light. Yeah. So I feel like we've had those difficult conversations about, you know, how we're going to divide and, you know, allocate different jobs to who does what, you know, who has final say. So, you know, all of those things, that was a tough conversation to have, but we felt like it was important to have.
Listen, this one said to me, so what we're going to do if I feel like you're not working hard enough? Like, hey, what are you trying to say? Coming from a person who hasn't even started paying me yet. What? I haven't even started receiving payments yet. Oh,
please, nobody's receiving payments yet.
Charlie, please go and buy. Go and buy so that I can get some small chop money.
Yeah, but I think your strengths are definitely in the scaling a business. Whereas for me, sales. I have no concept of scaling a business. Like, I have
customer relations.
Oh yeah, that's definitely your field. I'm like, I can barely remember people's names.
I'm like, their faces, their names. Who is this?
sorry.
We just met this person 2 hours ago.
If I've ever offended you because I didn't remember you, please forgive me. I really just, I don't know, I don't retain information like
she's
that.
an Elwe blonde. Okay?
Yes,
She's an Elwe blonde.
Anyway, whatever. But yes, so I feel like that's your strength in scaling and definitely customer relations and stuff like that. So I feel like we are naturally a great partnership in that sense, you know.
For sure.
So I have the vision for what I want the brand to look like, and the social media aspect
You know,
of
this
it.
man, me.
Yeah.
Come and go and see my old labels. Charlie, we have like aesthetics.
Yeah.
Make sure it's this much fonts. No, it's not about what is on the. It's not about the label. I didn't come here for the packaging. I came here for the content.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
But, yeah.
It's like, you're such a man. He needs a woman's touch.
Yes.
This is the woman's touch. I'm behind a woman. Okay.
Yeah.
Behind every successful, beautiful black woman is Biggs Almighty.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, I think that's a great point. I wish to leave this for now, and we'll be back and we'll tell you a little bit more. Yeah.
Let you know how things are going.
Absolutely.
Hey guys. Okay, so excuse the voice, right? It's been somewhat of a long weekend. I was gonna say the weather is messed up here right now, but I'm totally responsible for my voice sounding like this. I've just been doing too much. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys the bags because as we were opening all the stuff last time, I didn't get to show you guys, but these are the bags that we got. I love these bags so much. Like, you don't understand how happy I am. So we have these which have got the logo on the front and on the back. So I know it's just a bag to you guys, but it's so super exciting to me. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was saying to Biggs the other day that I wanted to sleep with this on the pillow next to me. Do you know what I mean? So every time I roll over, I can like see that it's there and remember and be like, oh my gosh, it's great. But anyway, yeah, that's like my little thing at the moment. I just love that. So pretty much we've got everything handled. There's only one thing that I wasn't really happy about, which I'm going to show you. So I can't say that I can't really say that I'm not happy about. Just something that I would like to work on as we continue to go forward, which is the stickers, right? So the stickers came like this. And for me, because, you know, you order it online, is one of the hardest things to get is color right. So I feel like the color is not 100% correct, which is going to be one of those things that's just very, very difficult to do. I've definitely had worse done to me in Ghana, so I'm not getting like crazy about like, oh my gosh, it's not right. I'm not freaking out completely. It's not bad, but I feel like it doesn't have it needs a bit more of a reddish hue to it, you know, just a tiny bit, because it's meant to be like a blush color, but I feel like this is like more of a beige-ish kind of, anyway, I know what I'm looking for, and it's not quite it, but it's fine. The other thing about these stickers is the size of the writing, which there's nothing I can do. Do you know what I mean? The stickers are done. I have used this template before to print stickers, but this time I made it slightly different because I put on the side rooted in Ghana and I put a little explanation on there. I had to make sure everything could fit on the sticker to go all the way around the container, which meant I had to reduce the size of the writing, which in turn meant that it just looks smaller than the original ones, but it's fine. So overall, I'm happy with everything that has come. It's definitely, you know, going to be a process going forward. You know, we're going to make these, I wouldn't even say it was an error. We're going to make these things where we're going to have to tweak it as we get our process together. So this is like the first major batch of shea butter that we have. And so we're just going to get it done. And then for the next time, we brush up or we tighten up on certain things that we weren't 100% happy with, you know. But I mean, overall, the quality and everything is still there. It's just some like niggly little things for me that I'm like, oh, I wish I could change that, you know, like I said, the writing just a tiny bit bigger, just little things like that. But apart from that, I'm really pleased with where it's going, what we've achieved so far. If you guys would like to purchase some of the shea butter, I would love your support. You can purchase by messaging me directly, or you can do it through the website, which is www.fafabydela.com. You can order some there and it can be sent directly to your home. We can pretty much ship it everywhere, but right now we have stock in Ghana and in the States. So, I mean, shipping is not going to be a problem. But anyway, my arm is really hurting. Oh my gosh. I need to keep switching. I need to really get myself a proper tripod. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, obviously I have 2 1-bedroom apartments. If you are interested in renting out both either long-term or short-term stay, you can send me an email to dela@mortodela.com. If you would also like to do a one-to-one consultation with me about moving to Ghana, again, same email address, and we can talk from there. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, I'm out.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of bird.